Hey, welcome back. On my way home this lovely sunny evening with my sunglasses in the car for once. I finally remembered to bring them back. So I'm sitting pretty with my giant shades that I got for my birthday and I'm loving it. But that's not what we're here to talk about. So let's jump into what we are here to talk about, which is hobbies. And I don't know about you, but as a busy mom with a full-time job and a lot of demands on her time, I have a hard time spending time on things that I like to do. And I always feel like if I'm doing that, I should be doing something else because there's a million things in the house that need done. I probably could log on to work and get some things done on any given day. You know, my kids always need something. Something always needs cleaned. Something always needs cooked. And I'm responsible for a lot of it. So I have a hard time just stopping and doing something that I enjoy. So I wanted to make this video because if you can sort of mentally spin your hobby into something that is productive for your family, then I know for me, I have a lot easier time accepting that it's okay to spend time on that. And then, you know, it benefits me threefold because not only is it productive, it helps my mental state, it helps my physical state, and it just makes me happy overall. So that's one reason. Another reason is that I feel like if you can make your time more efficient, why not? If you can take something that you're going to be doing anyway and use it to save you money. Excuse me, I'm trying to turn here. There was a train. But use that to save you money, and then in some cases even use it to make you money, then why not? If making money is one of your goals, or you know, you just need a quick buck for something and you have this skill already, why not use what's at your disposal instead of reinventing the wheel? So the first one I'm going to talk about, and forgive me, I've forgotten my notes, so we're just going to fly off the seat of our pants today. But the first one I want to talk about is my favorite, which is gardening. And gardening's a hobby I picked up more recently. I've been, you know, watching other gardeners on YouTube. We never had a lot of plants in my house, probably because my mom was a busy working individual herself, and you know, it's hard. She didn't need something else to take care of. You know, my mom was a busy person. She still is, and she works hard at her job, so she just didn't need another thing to take care of, I guess. But I really enjoy plants in my house, and it really makes me happy. It makes me happy to see things grow, and to be very honest, the plants do most of the work. I just have to do the initial setup and, you know, some minor maintenance with watering and stuff, and the plants do the rest of it. So let's talk about a few ways that gardening can save me money, and then maybe one way that it could make me money. So I look at it this way. Gardening saves me money in a couple of ways. Gardening saves me money because I can grow things that I would otherwise buy from the store and enjoy it while I do it. So things that we often eat, like onions. We use things that we use in our meals every single week. Strawberries, we love strawberries. And like I said, onions, we use onions all the time. If we could grow garlic, I might end up doing that, you know, like things like corn and potatoes that we just use a lot of. So I haven't done all of those yet, but I'm getting into it more and more each year as I learn more and more about gardening. And that saves me a little bit of money. Now, is it a substantial amount of savings? Absolutely not. But if I'm going to be growing stuff anyway, why not? Another way it saves me money is because if I'm going to be spending money on plants anyway, why wouldn't I just start it from seed and enjoy the process that much more? Because I used to think it was so hard to start seeds, and this year I've done a couple of them, and it's not that hard at all. Like I said, you just set it up and it really does most of the work itself. And maybe somebody with a black thumb out there might disagree, but for me, I think it's just a simple formula and it works for me and I enjoy it. So it's worth the effort and the time, and it saves me money if I start my plants from seed because I have a huge backyard and a pretty decent sized front yard, and it was basically a blank slate when we moved in, and I hated the gardening. And I thought, you know what, why don't I start this year growing some of the flowers that I can start using to landscape my own yard. And that's what I'm doing. So I'm learning ways that take minimal time, minimal effort, because I don't have a lot of time on my hands to just spend gardening and looking after little bitty plants. But yeah, that's one thing I'm doing this year to save me money. Instead of buying the plants that are already grown for me, which might cost, $10 to $15 a piece, I bought, a packet of 50 seeds for $10. And I can get, 50 plants if they all germinate, and maybe less, maybe 50. You just never know, excuse me. And then let's talk about one way or a couple ways that gardening can make me money. Now, if I really wanted to, I could sell some of the vegetables that I produce or give them away if I wanted to do that. And then I could also, I could sell flowers that I grow, sell the cut flowers, sell bouquets if I enjoy making bouquets. I could also save money by, instead of buying bouquets at the store, using bouquets from my garden to decorate my house. Gosh, there's just so many ways to spin it, and it makes me so happy to even talk about it. But I've spent enough time on gardening, so let's talk about a few other hobbies. One is cooking. My husband's a chef, so this one came up to the forefront of my mind, obviously. And one of the things we have him do is prep our food. And obviously I do this sometimes, and a lot of times I'm responsible for dinner because as a chef he's not there at dinner time. But we take a day and we prep our food on the weekend, and a lot of times it doesn't take that long because he's really good at it. It might take me a little while to cut fruits and vegetables down, but it takes him not long at all because he's practiced at it, he's skilled at it. And that is something he could do for our family that I could do just as well, but take a lot longer time. So why not let the person who is really skilled at it do it and get it done in half the time? That can save you money, because if you are into convenience buying like I am, there was a time where I bought all of my fruits and vegetables in like veggie trays and fruit trays because it was already cut up, and my husband didn't have the time at that point in our lives to do it. So I bought that stuff, and it is way more expensive. So if you've got a skill like that and you can just take an hour on the weekend to stand aside and do that, that'll save you a little bit of money. Again, not a huge amount of money, but enough. Maybe if you prefer to do that instead of giving up your cup of coffee every morning, it might make up the difference for you. I love finding ways to swap what is worth your time versus what is not worth your time. So there's one way. How could that make you money? Well, it can make you money in a couple of different ways. You could host events. You could cater if you really wanted to, and you wouldn't have to do it often. Just make sure, if you're obviously in any of these tips, if you're making enough money to have to notify the IRS, please do that, because you don't want to get in trouble. That is part of being financially educated, is knowing that you have to report your income. Yeah, so as a personal chef, you could personally chef for someone and make a meal for someone. You could use your meals as gifts. If you live alone, maybe you don't feel like it's worth making this huge gourmet meal, but you really enjoy, creating food like that. So why not have, instead of getting somebody a birthday gift, invite them over and make them a gourmet meal? Or, for a new mom or someone who's just moved into their house, make them some meals, or a week's worth of meals even, and bring it to their house. And let me tell you, as someone who has been through the new mom phase, I could not say how much I appreciated when I was given food. Not only do we love food, obviously, but it was just so convenient, because you don't know what you're doing as a new mom, right? And you need all the help you can get, and sometimes it is hard to ask for that. And if somebody just gives you the convenience of a week's worth of meals, then that means so much to a new mom. It means so much to somebody who is moving into their house and they can't find their utensils or pots and pans and things. And to top it all off, if you're really skilled at it, then it means that much more, because the food is going to taste so good to them. So yeah, that can make you money. That could save you money. Another skill. Do you like making friends? Because I'm not particularly good at, just small talking and instantly making friends. My sister's really good at it. She keeps in touch with everybody. She networks with everybody, and yeah, she can use that skill. If you are someone who is constantly connecting people, if you do this in a professional setting, maybe you can have a finder's fee attached to it. Obviously, you're not going to do it if you're like matchmaking in your inner circles, but yeah, if you do it just one-off on a professional level, once in a while, you have a realtor friend, or you connect two businesses together, maybe negotiate a finder's fee contract. Use an attorney, make a contract, and negotiate a finder's fee. Oh gosh, baking. Baking is another one I had on my list, and like cooking, you can do a lot of things with baking. You can either, sell your goods, you can make your goods as gifts, like I said. A lot of times people need pies for holidays or something like that. You could be the person that does that for them if you're really good at baking and you really enjoy it. So why not? Let's see, what else was there on my list? Gosh, I had a list of like 12, and now I can only think of 4. I don't know, maybe we'll make this a 2-parter once I get my notes done, but let's leave it at that for tonight since I'm almost home and I can't think of any more. Let me know what your favorite hobby is, because I think I could find a way to spin it into something that either saves or makes you money, no matter what it is. Challenge me, give me some hobbies, and I will spit back at you, how you could either save or make money. In the meantime, stay tuned for part 2. Don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video content, and don't forget to subscribe for part 2 and for more videos on being financially educated, how to save, how to make money, how to build wealth. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.